We got recording yet?
Recording in progress.
All right, so get recording. We are underway with the Franklin Conservation Commission meeting for July 16th, and we'll start with roll call.
Richard Johnson's here.
Louis Pugas here.
Mark LePage.
Michael Ryan?
Matthew Stoltz.
Looks like Roger. Are you on?
Roger's out and about.
We gotta unmute him.
Is he muted?
Think so.
He muted himself.
Roger, can you hear us? You've muted yourself, if you can.
I do that all the time.
Oh, 100%. We can, let's see if, right to voicemail, so. Other, no.
So we still have something more on King Street.
Yeah, he added the trees.
Yeah, the trees.
All right, I don't know if we're gonna get Roger, because he's muted himself, right, Jordan, I think?
Yeah, and I promote him to panelist, and it says Roger declined to be promoted to.
Okay. All right, I tried calling, it went right to voicemail, so we'll get going. So we'll start with our public hearings. The first one we have is 110 Populatic. I did see we didn't get anything new, so I don't know, did we get it? What's that?
Continue.
They did request, okay. So, Richard, you want to give us a motion to continue,
Populatic Street.
yeah, 110
Till
Populatic.
what's the date?
We will be on the 30th, July 30th at 7 o'clock even.
Okay, I'll give you a motion.
You want to give us a motion to continue?
What do we have?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a motion to continue the
The
NOI
30th,
for
July
130
30th,
Populatic
7
Street
o'clock.
to 7/30/26.
Second?
7:01,
7 o'clock even,
7 o'clock even.
right on the dot.
Okay.
Don't we usually do silver or what?
Actually, you know what, you're right, it's a typo, I'm sorry, I was looking at it, that's a good point, Michael. So, 7:01, good catch.
7:01.
I was looking at that.
Second.
All right,
Vote to continue.
Votes continue.
vote to continue.
Continue?
Continue.
You're muted.
Roger, Roger, if you can hear us, you want to give us a continue on that motion?
That's a good point. Hear you.
Well, motion continues. Can you hear us, Roger? Okay.
Just wave.
I have no volume. We're gonna have to use your volume.
We can hear you, Roger. I don't know if you can hear us. Guess not.
One for yes,
Now I
two
gotta
for
find
no.
it again.
2 fingers, 1 finger.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we'll move on to the NOI for 23 Anchorage Road. How you doing?
Good, how are you, sir?
Really well. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I'm the property owner, Don Ferrucci from 23 Anchorage, and I believe we hopefully have Matt Morrow on the line.
Don, you said?
Yeah, Dominic.
Oh, Dominic, okay. How you doing, Dominic?
Good. And then
And
I
Matt?
believe,
Matt?
yeah, Matt Morrow is our environmental consultant for the project.
Matt, are you on? I can't see that far.
Is there anyone there? Because I can't hear anybody.
Yeah, we're here.
Am I a panelist in there?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Now we can, all right. Matt, can you hear us now?
Recording in progress.
All right. Hey. I think we just,
Okay.
I think we just fixed it. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now, thank you so much.
Okay, we got it fixed. Bye. All right, sorry about that, Dominic, or Matt, and Dominic. Hopefully, Roger, you can hear us now as well. All right, so you guys want to take us through the project? The pool?
Okay, can I share my screen, or is that not possible?
That'd be great. I think we got a promoted panelist, right?
Okay, thank you very much for the promotion.
Congratulations.
So let me hit my screen here. I had to send a request for a share.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, can we see that, everybody?
You're up.
All right, beautiful. So, good evening, everybody. For the record, Matt Morrow, Morrow Environmental Consulting, here representing Dominic and Christine Frucci for the property at 23 Anchorage Road. So the application before you tonight is for the construction of an in-ground swimming pool, patio pool equipment, code-compliant fencing, and any minor grading that might be associated with that, and then restoration or stabilization around the pool of any lawn area that's disturbed. The wetland boundary that's presented on the plans I delineated around the 15th of May. They're identified in the field as flags 1 through 22. 22 ending at the culvert of an intermittent stream heading into the power line easement to the rear of the property. The pool proposal is 16 by 40 feet, or approximately 640 square feet, which includes some of the patio, the related improvements, and a total permanent footprint of approximately 1,300 square feet. There will also be, if you include the pool, the patio, the permanent disturbance, and temporary around the pool, comes out to about 1,700 square feet of temporary total disturbance, with 1,300 of that being permanent. The most important part on this project is that all of the work is actually located within the existing maintained backyard. There's no work of any kind proposed in wetlands, no tree removal, no clearing of the woodland portion of the property. Pool has been kept close to the house so the project doesn't extend any farther into the undeveloped portion of the site and to comply with codes. There's erosion control noted as the line that says EC on the back here of the plan. Those will be installed down gradient to the limit of work before the construction begins. We have a detail here that shows a straw wattle with a silt fence that is put up behind it. We can do a compost sock, or we can do a compost or straw wattle, whatever the commission pleases. The plan makes the limit of work very clear, which is the erosion controls. It also identifies the fact that we will do no stockpiling of material within 50 feet of a wetland. Everything will actually be taken out to the outer areas of the buffer zone or out of the buffer zone entirely. This area right here is actually a retaining wall that leads down to the driveway. You've got a flat spot here. You've got a flat spot here, but we won't do any stockpiling over here. So because the work is confined to the existing maintained lawn, including the erosion control and the stabilization, we're not expecting the project to adversely affect the wetland or the interests of the act, or anything under your bylaw that would trigger a request for any type of like a funky waiver request or anything like that. Fairly straightforward project. We're still waiting for a DEP number at this point. DEP's been, they're sporadic as far as their issuance of numbers. Not expecting there to really be any issues with them. It's a purely buffer zone project. There's no floodplain or rare species habitat, or, I noted in my notice of intent narrative, there's no special attributes on layers or overlays like that on the lot. And with that, I'll be more than happy to take any questions you guys have.
So thank you, right, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, so thank you for going through that. Just curious, so the decks are elevated and the stairs go down, one set to the patio and the other to the yard, is that, I was just curious how that lays out. Yeah, okay. We would prefer not to have straw wattles, but have compost socks, right? So things we, I guess, would think about conditioning on this, and we've got to get Bricolai out there to check the delineation, but, so erosion controls installed, no straw wattles, inspected prior to earth disturbance. As you mentioned, construction limited to the limits shown on plans, no stockpiling, as you mentioned, stabilization of soils. And the other thing we typically like to do, and most people won't do this anyway, is condition no emptying of the pool water out into the yard. We want to have it draining into the yard and then draining into the wetlands. So that was kind of what I saw. We can go around. I guess first off, any issues you guys see with any of that being conditioned? Okay. Dominic seems good. Matt? Makes sense to you?
No, it makes perfect sense. It's pretty straightforward. The only thing is, like, when Bricolai goes out to do the wetland delineation, if she would call me, I'll be more than happy to go out and walk the line with her. That way, if she has any questions, I can do the heavy lifting and the digging, if you know what I mean. Pop the auger in the ground.
I totally have my own auger.
That's
But
fine.
I appreciate it. My schedule's pretty compact, so I usually only have one time to do something. So out of respect for the resident, if it works for us both to meet, great, but if not, I would rather just go out and get it done, so we can move on with the.
Yeah, no, that was my interest too. That way, if you had any question, we could just do it right there in the field. That's the only reason. I don't think you will. It's pretty straight. Pardon the bad use of terms. It's pretty cut and dry. As far as
that sounds good.
We would need a DEP number, though, as well, and I know all of us are waiting on DEP for that, but we do have to have that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Other thoughts or?
I think you answered my question regarding what the type of pool was. If it was, it looked like there was a deck and it's in ground, so it's not elevated above ground. So there'll be excavation. And with that said, I think you also answered the question as far as like the stockpiles goes, because you're going to do excavation. So we're looking to see where that's being placed. If you could show that on the plans, if there's a possibility of showing where that location is. I know you indicated that it's going to be away from the buffer, which is great, just for a reference. The one thing, since it's going to be a wraparound proposed patio, so it's patio, so you're not going to have foundation. So I'm pretty much okay with my questions. I don't have any other ones.
Okay.
I'm good.
So just to follow on from yours, Lou, you said the stockpiling is going to be outside of the 100-foot buffer zone?
We can put an area in the plan outside the buffer zone. What we did do on this particular plan was we put in very large, giant letters in a box right at between your 50 and 25-foot line, just to illustrate the point that there wouldn't be any of work going in there. It said, in large letters, no stockpile. So if you want, we can add an area. I can talk to the pool installer and add an area where we could put it in, because I know he'll want to talk to the homeowner about it. And then they'll just, let me know. I'll tell them where I think the preferred area is, and we'll mark it out for you guys.
Thank you.
It's not a problem at all.
Do we have a concern as to where it would go, so we can give them some direction to it?
I would defer to Bricolai on that one.
Yeah, ideally you'd want it on a level surface, so probably the paved driveway.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we did talk to, I did talk to Snyder Pools, and it wasn't obviously put on the plan, but the plan, we have a little inlet you can see on the driveway.
Yeah.
And I believe we do have photos of that area, but that's where we do the stockpiling, is on the driveway
Yep.
itself.
That'd be great.
That's what I was envisioning too.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys could throw that in the plans, that'd be great, thank you.
Yeah, I would point out that the lot is actually pretty flat. There's no real steep slopes or anything. So bringing it up in that area and leaving it there, I don't think would cause any potential threat as far as erosion to the wetlands. And Snyder Pools is usually pretty good about getting the excavation portion of the work and the stockpile materials done fairly quickly.
Okay. So, Matt, it doesn't have to be real fancy on there, right? But any chance we could get this back before or by this coming Thursday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's our cutoff for the next meeting, just to keep, so if you could take the straw wattle piece off the plan and throw that stockpile area, if it's gonna be on that little bump out there, and get that to us by Thursday, that would be great.
Right, so, I mean, you want to, you mean the 23rd, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine, yeah, we can get that, that's not a problem, not at all.
Okay, if you could, thank you. Bricolai, I saw you get your,
Yep. I also just, obviously closure is pending a DEP number.
right,
But prior to closure, I will need green cards for a butter notification as well.
Will this project have beta involved?
typically they would do a pool house.
Because I'm interested about the delineation, because, you know, the wetland is higher than the yard, which is.
So I plan to go out next week. So I, for the Greater Commission, if you don't recall, I am a professional wetland scientist. So I typically review residential projects to alleviate a cost burden on our residents so they don't have to pay for beta review. So I am capable and totally willing to go out next week and review the line. I just haven't had a chance to do so yet.
Thanks, Bricolai.
Yeah, so, I mean, and again, to be clear for Matt and Dominic, right, so we do need the site visit, you know, hopefully nothing that needs to be addressed comes out of that, we get a DEP number, right? So we've got, you know, initial conditions we've discussed, you know, we'll see if anything else comes up, but hopefully not, and we'll review all that next meeting, right? So that makes sense.
Okay, so just another thing really quick regarding the abutter notification. I did send the certificate of mail forms into your office, I don't know, a few weeks ago, right after I filed the thing.
Yeah, so I need, when the recipient receives it, you get a tear off from the postal service. I need the green
These were done
card.
by certificate of mail. We didn't do certified return receipt.
Okay, they need to be, then this public hearing should not have been opened. It needs to be certified mail return receipt.
Is
So,
that in your bylaw?
It is, it's actually town chapter. So Chair LePage, unfortunately, we wouldn't even be able to close because the butters haven't been properly
Got
notified.
it, yep, no, I got you, okay.
I'm sorry, I'll take care of that. That's not a problem.
So Matt, you're clear on what does need to be done now?
Yep, no, that's not a problem.
Okay.
That's easy enough.
Okay. All right, good catch, Bricolai, thank you. All right, so at this point, well, I didn't, any other questions? Okay. Questions or comments from public? See, we got a hand up there. I don't know, can't read it.
Michelle Aguilar, or Aguilar?
Michelle, do you have a comment or question?
Yes, I'm gonna wait for my turn, but this was not a question about this project specifically. I'm handling another project.
Oh, okay, got it. So nothing relative to this. Okay,
No, thank you, I'm sorry.
all right. So, so with that, we will continue. Louis, if you want to give us the NOI for 23 Anchorage Road to 702 on the 30th of July.
Yeah, I'll give you a motion to continue the NOI for 23 Anchorage Road to 702 on July 30th.
Second.
All right.
Vote to continue.
Well, to continue.
Oh,
Continue.
I'm sorry, we would not continue this.
Oh, we-
You were not supposed to open the public hearing because abutters have not been notified, so.
So
it's
even,
just,
okay, so we just.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep, I would probably just say something to the effect of rescinding opening the public hearing. And
Okay.
You can hear
Good
it.
catch, thank you. We haven't encountered this before, so that's helpful. Thank you, Nikolai. So, yeah, so just as a quick explanation for the record, since we did not have appropriate and proper butter notification, the NOI should not have been open, so we're rescinding the opening of the NOI, so there was not a public hearing, and we will put this on the agenda to open the public hearing, assuming the public, or the abutter notification has been done next time. So, thanks, guys. Dominic and Matt, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, not a problem. If I could get an email tomorrow or Monday as far as the time we can meet out on site for the delineation review, that'd be great. And I can give you the white slips at that point too, for the abutter notifications.
My preference is to get that white slip first, and then we can schedule out. My schedule is very, very busy, so I would prefer to have it actually on our agenda and filed correctly before then. But regardless, cart before the horse, so all good.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. So with that, we will move on to our next and final public hearing, which is the Nicholas Drive, Prospect Street Emergency Culvert Repair. Hello, Derek.
Hello. We also got Russ here with EDR.
Hey, Russ.
On the project. Do you mind if I see that memo? Evening, everyone. I'm just going to start by reading the most recent memorandum. Hi, Nikolai. Sorry, I didn't say hi to you. This is from the town engineer, Mike Maglio, sent on July 15th, 2026. On June 24th, 2026, the town's contractor, Blue Diamond Equipment, mobilized to the site to begin the recently permitted downstream head wall and sinkhole repairs and found a second sinkhole developing on the upstream side of the culvert. The new sinkhole was in the area that was repaired last year and had begun to encroach into the travel lane. Given the nature of the dry stone box culvert itself, the fact that it had been extended in the past on the upstream side with 2 clay pipes, the interface of which was somewhere under the road, the fact that we've attempted repairs on it in the past, and in addition, there are both a gas and water main that pass over the culvert near this second sinkhole, we determined that the existing culvert needed to be replaced as soon as possible, and this section of Prospect Street was closed to through traffic for safety reasons. The replacement culvert was designed based on a 50-year design flow from the contributing drainage area using USGS's StreamStats application. By Friday, July 10th, Blue Diamond completed installation of the new 36-inch reinforced concrete pipe culvert at a 1.7% slope adjacent to the original stone box culvert and under the existing water and gas mains. The original stone box culvert was abandoned in place and filled with controlled density fill. This week, Blue Diamond has been stabilizing slopes, performing general cleanup, and preparing for paving. Barring any unforeseen issues, we anticipate final paving to be performed this Friday, July 17th.
So we have a new culvert.
We have a new culvert.
Thank you, Gene.
And so you put that next to the box that was?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct, yep.
Wow.
Yes.
It was a rapid development of a sequence of events. If you recall, roughly a month ago, we were here and we got the restoration or the rehabilitation plans approved for the downstream that had to do with the sinkhole on the downstream side, which was on the paved apron off of the traveled way. Literally the next day, we started getting on the phone with Blue Diamond. I was speaking with, I think it was Dan, Blue Diamond.
Yep.
And, you know, we're going over the plans, and he goes, this looks all well and good. He goes, what about the sinkhole on the other side of the road? And I said, what sinkhole on the other side of the road? And then, of course, that was earlier, that was on a Friday. Monday or Tuesday the following week, we come up on site, and indeed there was a sinkhole. The difference with the one on the upstream side was the visible sinkhole was on the white, you know, the fog line that's on the side of the road.
Yeah.
On the travel lane, and you put, you know, the sinkhole didn't look that big, but when you put your arm in there, there was a large void underneath that in the traveled lane. And that's when we reached out to Mr. Maglio, and the determination was made to, you know, we need to solve this once and for all. Right. So that was
timing, I guess, was a good catch. The
rapid
road was
development.
closed, right? And
Rapid
You got a
development.
big storm down there, he could have washed the whole damn road out.
There were concerns for sure, yes.
That was the sorriest excuse for a culvert I've ever seen.
So it would be good tonight if either Bricolai or the commission can just advise on what the preferred next steps are to close this out. If it's a modification to the plans that were submitted previously to show the conditions now, but I would be open to hear suggestions on what the commission requires for next steps.
so.
Or I can, oh, go ahead, Chair.
I was just getting a quick question. I mean, I know this is a tough area, and we're, looks like not going to be able to meet the full stream crossing standards. Can you just give us I know we talked a bit about that last time, just a little more background with the changes as to the limitations, just so we have that again? Would that be?
Yeah, so the original box culvert, I had the dimensions last time, I didn't bring them, approximately 40 inches tall by, I want
Yep.
to say, 28 or 22 or a rectangular shape going through it.
Right.
At some point in the past, there were 2 vitrified clay pipes inserted into that culvert. It's unclear when that was. It was before any of our time. We had an event that had heavy rains that caused some ponding on the upstream side. A resident contacted Derek. Upon inspection, he saw that those 2 vitrified clay pipes, one of them was partially clogged with riprap that had fallen in there. And then there were the 2 ADS, the HDPE pipes that were sleeved into the vitrified clay pipes that had a final diameter of 18 inches and 14 inches. So with the emergency conditions and the replacement of the culvert with a full 36-inch diameter pipe, you know, we certainly have more hydraulic capacity than what was happened before, but it still likely doesn't meet the stream crossing standards of, 1.2 times the width of the stream. But given all the circumstances we were up against with the location of the culvert on a heavily traveled road at a low point on a blind turn, also with the Pan Mass Challenge coming up on August 1st, we really had to take action to remedy the situation out
So
there.
it would take considerably more time to build that out to meet.
Yeah, to do a full culvert replacement project to meet the stream crossing standards, there's kind of 3, what I call soft steps. It's the H&H study, hydraulic and hydrologic study that determines the appropriate width of the culvert.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's the first study piece. That can be anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000, maybe more, depending on the complexity of it. Once the H&H study is complete, you can go into the design phase where you get the permit level design completed, and then it gets submitted to the various permitting agencies. Once you get feedback from the permitting agencies, then you can advance to final design and then construction. But the H&H, the design, permitting, and final design, that can be a best-case scenario 6-month process, typical scenario 12-month process, potentially more. And knowing the time frame with these associated steps to do a full culvert replacement, time was not on our side for this one.
All right, that's helpful.
What did you put in there?
36-inch diameter reinforced concrete pipe at a slope of 1.7% from
So it's
upstream.
36. Oh,
Yep, 36-inch inside diameter.
Thanks for taking us through that. Just
You're welcome.
good to have that information. Okay. Sorry, Bricolai, you were going to make a comment?
Yep, so I was going to let the commission know that because the order of conditions were not issued when this emergency authorization was needed, there is precedent under DEP to reopen a public hearing so long as the abutters are notified appropriately under the same DEP number. So the expectation is that we would get revised documents of that notice of intent. So we need the full plan, again, everything you just described except on paper, and a map. The impact numbers, any replication or mitigation that you're looking to make, the reasons why, including utilities, for why stream crossing standards cannot be met, any benefit for the new culvert, including not having the angles in the stream now. So now you have effectively eliminated, there's a proper term for it, but things getting caught at that angle, right? So we need just a full NOI package, and then it needs to be resubmitted as new materials to DEP so they can provide comment, and then we would go through the entire process again, including beta review, just to make sure that the submission is up to snuff. So commissioners, the reason why this is in front of you today is to try to reopen the public hearing within 21 days from the last closure. So admittedly, because the culvert the project is not finished until tomorrow, there is no official new documentation for you to review.
And the good news is, you guys got the emergency authorization, so the work's gonna be completed. It's just, to your point, we're just closing this out, or what we need to do procedurally to close this out. So, right, that's accurate. You guys are still gonna be able to, right, Bricolai pave on Friday and.
Yes, so they can finish the work for the culvert. Now we're doing an after the fact of that, but we still have to talk about any potential mitigation.
Got it, right,
for
right.
impacts.
Okay.
That is moving forward, which I will note, unique to this site and different from previous DPW work within right-of-ways is that Schmidt's Farm is actually on the south side of the culvert. So we are not limited to mitigation or replication within this very small right-of-way or within a very small hydrologic connection within that right-of-way. So more details on that later.
Okay, quick question for maybe Bricolai, you can help answer this, as I know as part of the bylaw, the regulations, you do require a PLS stamped existing conditions plan, which we did furnish as part of the previous package. For the final conditions, will there be a follow-up need to resurvey this with a PLS stamp plan?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So we reopened, right? So we got that accomplished. You guys, we're gonna put together the follow-up information. When that's ready, we'll continue tonight. We'll have another hearing.
Sure.
But we've got the process restarted as of tonight, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got what you need to get the work completed, which is key. So, does that answer kind of the question you had?
It does. And if
Okay.
the commission would allow, I'd like to, we'll have to re-engage the town for a revised amendment to perform the work, re-engage the surveyor to go back out and do that. And, good news is we won't be held up against any weather events like we were last time,
Right,
or at least
right.
snow events. But this will take a little bit of time to do. If I could, I'd like to email you, Derek, after I debrief the team on this, just a schedule when we could do this and come back for a hearing. Probably won't be 2 weeks.
No, we understand that, yeah.
But we'll be back in touch with Derek and Bricolai very soon on a schedule, once we get our amendment figured out and secure the contractor or the surveyor to go out there. And we do have a lot of the previous information from the previous submission, so, we have a head start there on that.
Yeah, and if you can keep us via Bricolai posted, Derek, just kind of what the timing is. We understand, right? I mean, this is going to take some time. We want to do it right? Expediency is great, but we want to make sure we do it correctly.
Agreed.
But if you guys can, Derek's been good at communicating, so just let us know what's going on. That would be helpful.
Yeah, and I can certainly provide, weekly or bi-weekly updates, up until we submit the
That's awesome.
package.
That's all we ask.
Sure.
Okay.
Did you guys see a photo of the sinkhole? I know some of you might have actually seen it. Is there a way for me to share this screen?
I would be interested.
I logged into my email here. I got 2 photos that might be, just for your general knowledge to see what it looks
Yeah.
like there. I have it up, but all I need to do is kind of share this up there. And it would,
After it's paved, does the paving have to cure? I know when you get your driveway done, you're not supposed to drive on it for a couple, I was just curious.
It's fairly, once you pave, it's probably a matter of hours, 6 hours,
Wow,
8 hours
okay.
before you can drive on it.
Okay.
But it's not like, concrete or controlled density fill or something that you can't touch it for
Yeah.
a few days after that.
Okay,
I've been saying Monday, but it's possible that Saturday it's opened up.
wow,
Okay.
that's great.
So we'll see.
Like, it's kind of bananas that Dan Mask goes through there. We've got
Very,
this-
very nervous. I was very,
We came up for that.
Mass goes across that road?
Yeah, August 1st, those bicycles. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when we came up and first met with Blue Diamond, the Monday after, they said the sinkhole, we're out there talking about it, and we're scratching our heads and like, oh, we need to replace this whole thing. And then the detail officer at the end of the half-an-hour conversation goes, oh, yeah, the Pan Mass Challenge
Yeah.
comes through August, and I'm just thinking about thousands of bikers going over a sinkhole in the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
I'm like, this, you can't make this up.
Yeah,
You would have made the 6 o'clock news.
Right, for the wrong reasons.
yeah.
we're good.
If you can't, you can always send them to me and I
Sure.
can share my screen.
Okay, I'll forward the,
'Cause I know the cords are finicky in there.
it is a little, it's just showing a plain.
I mean, not that sinkhole, there's ever a good time for a sinkhole, but I mean, I just feel like we were so
Yeah,
fortunate. Someone didn't drive into that, or a bicyclist, or, holy smokes.
Or a cement truck driving down there
Yeah.
that has to stop on it, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
over it goes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We're trying one more thing, Bricolai, and then if it doesn't go in a
That,
couple seconds here, I'll.
Culvert was an accident waiting for someplace to happen.
I'm gonna send those over right now, you should get them in a seconds here.
So you have to open up the road, drop the culvert in, is that?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing how they supported the existing water main and the gas main with the whole open excavation. They basically had to put some steel beams across the top of the road and strap
wow.
the utilities to it, sleeve the 36-inch pipe underneath it, and hats off to Blue Diamond for getting out there and
Wow.
moving it that quickly.
Yeah, that's a complex spot.
I know Derek has photos.
Yeah, I'm gonna send, so I'm sending you this first batch right here, Bricolai, and then there's a couple others that are on my phone that I can email directly from my phone that are.
So just for
You
the,
should get those any second.
this is ideal, but you can see that 36-inch culvert, that's your water main, gas main.
Have you thought about a trash rack?
Trash rack?
A trash rack?
I haven't thought about it
The
specifically.
trash
but-
rack stops trash, but of course, as soon as that happens, you gotta clean the trash rack.
Yeah.
So I read an article recently that had an image of a trash rack in there, and it was one of the first times I've seen it, so I'd be happy to,
Where's the-
talk about how that could
the new
practically
one?
work there.
And is that the
Have you had
gas?
a big problem with trash?
Not in
Yeah.
that spot particular. If anything, it'd be more
Yeah,
downstream
yeah,
at the,
they have, yeah.
You
That's
might
good, that's good.
create more problems with one than without one.
That's good that they did that.
Just FYI, it's hard to hear
Yeah.
everything.
36-inch culvert going right across the road.
Testing 1, 2, 3, can you hear me? We're doing some whispering on the
All
side,
right, so
sorry.
now we've got
Okay.
the,
Yeah, it's okay. All the side conversations get a little muddled on Zoom.
thank you, Bricolai.
Yeah.
Good heads up.
Sorry.
Wow.
So that's the downstream one there.
Oh, here. There we go. That better?
Yeah,
So that was
That's-
our downstream one
that's the
there.
original one, right?
And that's the upstream, and you can see kind of it's right on the roadside of the guardrail, and you can stick your whole arm in there and
Yeah.
wide open void underneath the asphalt.
Interesting.
And then I just sent 2 more to you. You should get any second now. That's general construction of the project. But it was very cool to see how they handled the utilities by supporting them with the
With the steel beams. Yep.
beams and straps.
It's taken its time to come through.
So were those the water and the gas, were those under, like, so were they, the existing culverts, were they underneath that?
Above
They
it.
were above, yep.
Above?
Yep.
Okay, So,
We were, there was concern about the pipe and the pitch and the elevation and the location of the water main and the gas line of making that all work, because the bell is just a little bigger than the pipe itself.
Yeah.
And it was, we were going off of the plans from 70 years ago
Yeah.
for the depth of those water
Yeah.
lines. So you'll be able to see on this here how they support,
Yeah,
so they
I see
supported that.
that.
Yeah, it was very cool.
That's amazing engineering. Well, thank you.
Amazing contracting, the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
yeah, so.
So I just had a question or two. Just wondering, how do we know 36 is the right size?
I can get the exact technical answer for you, but that would be, I'm not an engineer, that'd be for Mr. Maglio to specifically describe from the technical aspects. But my answer from my perspective would just kind of be reiterating this line of the replacement culvert was designed based on a 50-year design flow from the contributing drainage area using USGS's stream stats application.
Gotcha.
So,
Thank
like,
you.
no, yeah, it's all good. When I asked him how we figured out, he said, he runs the calcs. That's what that's the calculations. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
he knows all of that much more, and that's what he was trained to do. So, to me, it's just running the calcs.
So basically, you took the two existing ones and you abandoned them, and then now we have a 36. You said 18 and 14, and we got a 36, so it's basically a larger diameter pipe.
Correct.
Replaces the two small ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was
It'll
drawing it out. so-
Certainly give you a better hydraulic capacity.
Yep.
That's for sure. It's, doesn't meet the stream crossing standards, but given the available materials, the time frame, what we had at our resources to install, it was the feasible option moving
Yeah.
forward.
What standards is it not meeting?
Well, the first one I can think of is just the 1.2 times the stream, natural stream channel, and that's intended for, to have some stream bank, some dry bank underneath the culvert for wildlife passage and for the environmental reasons behind it.
Okay. Thanks.
So do you anticipate the diameter to be, it has to be 1.2 times the width of the, so is that going to be, do you anticipate that needs to be larger, the 36-inch?
Well, if you look at you can eyeball it out there now, the width of the stream channel.
Yep.
And it goes in. So that pipe will be flowing. If you looked inside that pipe, you'd see a level of water going
Yes.
through it. It wouldn't have any dry bank on each side of it. That's one of the elements of the stream crossing standards in Massachusetts.
Yep.
And I think Bricolai is pulling it up right now, the stream crossing.
Yes. It is in your resource library, commissioners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see that it gives plenty of examples in this document here of
Here we go. So the type of crossing and the embedment, so the substrate, the crossing span, and then the open, or substrate, and then openness ratio.
And that photo is probably actually representative of the size of the crossing that would need for a brook the size that's out
Oh,
there now.
wow.
Oh, no
That's-
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's obviously much
Yep.
bigger than
Okay.
36 inches.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
But it
it's
sounds
true.
like it wasn't meeting it before anyway, right? So it's
That-
not like
that-
we've lost anything.
Exactly.
It's the same problem
So-
that's plagued multiple
Yeah.
towns, is these undersized, especially on Cape Cod, they just put corrugated metal pipes in the ground for crossings, and then they deteriorate, and other
Yeah.
towns are in this exact same position, and somehow culverts always, they don't get the attention of water mains, sewer mains, all the other bigger infrastructure, and when you're dealt with a 7-digit construction project and a 6-digit engineering effort, and budgets have not been appropriated for that, it becomes challenging when this is one of, I think, 100-plus culverts
Yeah.
you have in town, several of which are similar age and makeup.
It does appear, besides you folks, and there are folks out there who know about it, but the only time these get attention is when a road gets closed down, is what I typically see,
Sure.
or what I have to contend with.
Something I'd just like to add quickly, if I can as well. utilities and then the age of the road. So for example, and Derek, you had brought this up and it was a conversation I had with Mike Maglio as well, is that this road was widened at some point. So it is just an old farm road. And then the way that the utilities are to create that openness ratio, to have that giant culvert, you would have to move the entire gas main
Wow.
as well. So.
Called utility relocation, and that's, you run into it all the time with full culvert replacements.
Which is feasible again with the dollar sign, but for an emergency repair, this is the best that we could get.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, right? Yeah, you know, so. All right. You good? Roger, you good?
Is Roger still here?
It's,
I see him,
muted.
but, okay. Michael, you guys good?
We are.
Okay. Comments, questions from anybody on Zoom and I don't think in chambers? Don't see any hands. All right, Michael, you want to give us a motion to continue the NOI for Nicholas Drive? We're actually, I think it's 703, not 705.
Is this an NOI? What is this?
Wait, we just reopened the NOI. It was an NOI. The good thing is the conditions hadn't been issued, so it still technically was
Okay.
open, and this,
Thank you. All right.
this way, instead of restarting, we get to update.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that's good.
I remember that now. Thank you. I'll give you a motion to continue the NOI, the reopened NOI for Nicholas Drive and Prospect Street emergency culvert replacement to July 30th at 7:03.
Second.
Vote to continue.
Vote to continue.
Continue?
Continue.
Continue.
Roger, you?
Continue.
All right.
Continue.
Thank you, Roger. All right, motion continues. Guys, thanks for coming in and
Thank
taking
you.
us through it.
Yes, thank you.
And, interesting information.
We'll keep you posted for the July 30th. It will likely have to be continued again as we work through the.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure an email's in place with an update where
Yeah,
we
like you
are
said,
in
just keep us
progress.
posted. We understand, but yeah, if you just keep us updated.
Sure.
Through Derek and Rika Line.
Sure.
We'll get it done.
Yes, we
Thank you,
will.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you, nice to see you.
All right, so that closes out our public hearings. Next, we're on to permit modifications, and we have 670 King Street.
7 Bubbling Brook Road.
Oh, I'm sorry, we got MDZA's first. I skipped, thank you, Richard. Actually, we're not on the permit modifications, we're on the minor buffer zone activities, MBZA's, and we've got 7 Bubbling Brook Road first. We have applicant here from 7 Bubbling Brook.
She is on Zoom. She will have to communicate in the chat. She said she's having audio issues.
She
Or
wants to
microphone
plant some
issues,
trees,
yeah.
right? So we're not doing that. We are doing- That's 7 Bubbling Brook. So she's gonna put it in the chat?
She wants to remove 3 trees.
Yes.
Hanging over her
Um,
driveway.
So,
yeah. So I can read her application if you'd like, and then I can, she doesn't have questions yet. So she is looking to remove 3 trees, on the west side of her driveway. There's a concern because some of large branches have fallen off, presumably onto the driveway. Thankfully, no vehicles or residents were harmed. Sharon Tree Services did come out. They quoted her to remove 1 poplar, 1 elm, and 1 eastern white pine, and then do vista pruning in the backyard, which is an exempt minor buffer zone activity, and then haul off all the wood and the brush.
So just,
I can sympathize with her branches falling off. I had a couple fall off on my driveway that thank God I didn't, my truck wasn't underneath.
So just looking at the PDF of the property, so the wetland, so there's a stream on the backside of the rear of the house, so. Okay.
Correct.
And this, most of the stuff is,
Yeah.
I don't have the distances, but it looks like it's
It's
to
not anywhere near.
you know, to the, there's no arrow, so to the left of the house, along the driveway. Do you know what the distance might be off of that?
So that is approximately, I wanted to say it's like 78.
Okay.
It's in the 50 to 100, so it is definitely an allowed use and it is previously disturbed areas.
Gotta be a couple hundred feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
Thanks.
pre-disturbed, allowed activity, right?
Yep.
All right,
The only thing the commission should consider is the stump.
yeah.
Correct.
Um,
You got it.
So for the applicant, typically we ask stumps to be left instead of ground down or pulled out. They don't have to be left very high, but are you amenable to that? And if you could respond in the chat, that'd be great.
While she's doing that, I also wanted to say her name is Melanie Z and she lives at 7 Bubbling Brook Road. I did not introduce her
Oh.
appropriately.
Okay,
But she said that will be fine. She can communicate leaving the stumps to Sharon.
okay.
Okay.
Anybody else got anything they? All right. Roger, you good? All right. Matt, you want to give us a motion to approve the MBZA for tree removal at 7 Bubbly Brook Road with conditions that the stumps be left in place?
Certainly, I'll give you a motion to approve the MBZA for 7 Bubbling Brook Road for their tree removal with the condition that the stumps be left in place.
Second. Vote to approve.
Vote to approve.
Approve?
Approve?
Approve.
Roger?
Approve.
All right, thanks, Roger. All right, Melanie, thanks for submitting and taking us through this, and you're all good to go. Appreciate it. Okay. Next, we have an MBZA for 155 King Street. We have the applicant here. Oh, hello.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
Thank you.
I'm old. Not getting any younger either. I'm the property owner of 155 King Street. I have a butternut tree in the backyard that is dead, and I have a thundercloud cherry in the front yard that is dying even as we speak.
That's too bad, huh?
Yeah, carpenter ants and termites.
Oh, jeez.
That whole wetland back there is the side of Peck Street and so forth. Just loaded with them.
Okay.
So you got one there and one up front.
Yep,
Okay.
got pictures there.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got, like a little stream that goes through the back there?
It catches the rear corner on the Peck Street side.
Yep.
It's like a triangle.
Okay.
Oh, so there's the fruit
So the
tree.
tree one, probably in the 50 maybe?
It's,
Not much of a tree.
it's,
No, it isn't.
What's
it is
that?
right over that 25. It straddles. But again, it's in disturbed areas.
Okay. All right. Questions, thoughts? All right.
Just stumps.
You okay leaving the stumps in the
I'd
ground?
like to take the stump out on the front lawn.
Yep.
Okay.
The
Fair.
backside, that's fine. There's no problem leaving that.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one's in the back, the hemlock?
Yeah, the little skinny thing.
And the skinny thing is about 60, 70 feet.
Okay, we'll just say
Pretty
the
high.
tree in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
this one here.
Yeah.
Only
Where the road is, right?
if it's a foot in diameter, it's a,
Yeah, I mean, that's,
All right, so we'll approve the MBZA with the okay to remove the stump for the tree in the front yard and leave the stump in place for in the backyard.
Absolutely.
Okay. Roger, you want to give us that? You want to give us the approval for the MBZA 155 King Street with tree removal, with stump to be left in place in the tree in the backyard, but okay to remove the stump in the tree in the front yard?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve 2 tree removals with the stump being removed in the front yard and stump being left in the backyard at 155 King Street, I believe it was.
Yep, perfect. All right.
second,
All right.
vote to approve.
well, to approve?
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 Roger?
Approve.
All right, you're all set. Thanks for coming in and talking us through it.
Thank you much.
All right, thank you, sir.
You bet. All right, next, we have an MBZA for 30 Jefferson Road.
Oh, yes, that's with me.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you wonderfully.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So my name is Michelle. I am representing Sasa Tree Care and the homeowner Brian Curtis at 30 Jefferson. Brian has reached to Sasa Tree Care with a project to remove 8 trees around his house. I had shared a link with images, videos, and a presentation that I made to Brecca and Tyler. I am sharing the link right now on the chat as well, so you can have perfect.
I'm
Thank you
sure
so
that it
much.
might-
Thank you, Brecca.
Yeah.
Yeah, so over there I explain about the species. I show the location, the DBH of the trees. They all, there is an image in the same folder that is showing that the trees are all leaning towards the house, and the homeowner is concerned about the roof conditions and the branches falling over the house and structures like garage. So we have a team of 3 or 4 men that we can bring along with some equipment that it's lightweight. So we're not causing any disturbance to the land. So we can use a crane or a CMC lift, which is called a spider machine, to reach the trees cut clear after, so no debris will be left, but the stumps will be left. So this way we don't interfere with any wetlands or the soil. Let's say this way. When I first spoke to Tyler, he did not confirm that the land is within the buffer zone. So I submitted all the paperwork and the images for your consideration.
Okay.
And one of the trees is already dead.
So I think the documentation we have says 7. Is it 7 or 8?
8 trees, one is dead.
Oh.
It's a smaller tree, which was also identified as an oak tree.
Okay. Are all of them stressed or diseased or?
Just one is dead. The stress that the owner of the company has identified is that he didn't calculate the age of the trees, but some of the branches are dead, so some of the branches had fallen over the land already. But he did not specify any diseases whatsoever. Pruning was taken into consideration as well as a tree service, Sasa Tree Care. They intend to minimize removals, but the homeowner in this specific case has been wanting to remove the trees. There's no construction involved. I had asked about constructions, but he's not intending to construct or build anything. It's just really the safety of the house and the people who live over there.
From your drawing, it only looks that maybe one or two are in danger of getting anywhere near your house.
Yeah, I guess my two questions would be, one, how far from the wetlands are they? And two, why are we removing the trees?
From the assessment that the owner of the company has said, they're all leaning towards the house. And you can see from the Google image, the Google Maps image, it's shown that they are leaning towards the house. On my drawing, from the drawing that Sasa, the owner of the company, provided, they are with some proximity of the house. Like I see on the left side, one of the white oak trees, it's very close to the house. So that for sure, I would say myself, yes, that one I would remove. Being a homeowner as well, who had a tree falling in my backyard, I know how scary it is. So I would mostly remove the one on the left side. The other ones, I would ask if Berka is it possible to visit the property, and if you want to meet with the homeowner and with the owner of the tree service, I can arrange a meeting.
I have already looked at this property.
Okay.
I did a drive-by. Happy to do that if you want to continue it. It sounds like the commission has some concerns anyways.
Yes, and I'll be glad to clarify the concerns as far as much as I can.
Sure. So I would defer to the commission if they want me to go out again and meet with anybody. But to answer your question, Commissioner Ryan, the Scarlet Oak. So I'm not entirely sure what graphics the commissioners are looking at, but it is the bottom left green dot, or you know what?
Yeah, there's one right next to the house.
So,
Let me.
so
hold
are
on.
these, when I look at GIS, it looks like the border arguably of the yard to the tree line is over 100 feet from what looks like is the resource. So are these, okay, there we go. Are these in the open yard, or are these in the wood, the tree line there?
Well, this one is in the 25 foot,
Okay. Oh,
and this
so-
one is in the 25. I was trying to
Thank you.
share. This one is as well. So then these ones are within, well, these three are about in the 25 to 50.
I can't see your cursor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if you're up or,
Yeah.
so,
It's fine. It'd probably be better if Michelle shared.
So we got the one on the
Because then
corner of the house there,
Correct.
white oak,
The
right?
Scarlet Oak. This one, yep, so that's within the 25 to 50.
Okay, the white oak.
That's what I don't, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, and that's what I don't know personally. I was not told what the buffer zone is or how far those trees are from the wetland. So I'm just basically redrawing what was given to me and, sharing the information that was given to me as far as measures, how far the trees are from those, by law, the buffer zone. I don't have that information. So I would wanted to know what is the buffer zone and what is the extremity that I can have the owner to go back there knowing, okay, you have to measure from here to determine the buffer zone.
So sorry, Chair LePage, if
No,
you don't
good.
mind.
Go
So
ahead,
the
Bricolette.
homeowner, so one, the application that was filled out explains the buffer zones and the requirements of the minor buffer zone activity. Two, I understand you're just representing, so I don't think there's an expectation for you to know. The commission is now asking me procedurally where these trees fall to help guide them in their decision based on this bylaw that I have shown here in the minor buffer zone activity.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
when I think,
yeah, I'm sorry again, but that's what not clear to me, because I read this document, I fill up the form, but it's not clear to me where, if I look, because I haven't been to the property myself. If I look at Google Maps, for example, trying to identify where the wetland or the buffer zone is, I had difficulties myself.
sure. So typically, as an applicant, if this was a much larger project, you would have it delineated on your with your own consultant. Obviously, very silly to ask a resident to have their property delineated for tree removals. So we don't look at Google Maps. I go out and I look at the wetland and I can determine how far away something is. We also use something called GIS. So the town has their own GIS system. Again, it's not always accurate, give or take, a couple feet, which is why you use the site visit to confirm. But we use all of this data to determine where these trees are. Again, utilizing that site visit. So when the commission is asking where these trees fall in what respective buffer zone, and I tell the commission it's within the 25 to 50, they've been doing this so long that in their brain they go, okay, I know exactly where that is. So it's guiding their conversation. It's not an expectation of you to know where that is.
I see, and thank you. I appreciate you explaining me that.
So could you bring up that graphic you had with where the trees are relative to the house?
Because
Yes,
that's a
one
lot
second.
different than the one I'm looking at here.
Is
They look
it-
a lot closer.
One moment.
Or the applicant, I mean, it could be you, Bricolai, or
I'll just do it. That's fine. Thank you. Okay, this one?
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
I mean, I don't think anybody have any issue with removing a dead black oak, right? But I guess just to the applicant, based on this graphic, you've got a live black oak, a live northern red oak, and another live northern red oak. They're going to be pretty close to the resource, right, in a buffer zone that it probably, our 0 to 25 feet from a wetlands resource is what we call no touch.
No doubt.
So I mean, hey, this is, we don't want to put anybody's house in danger. We don't want to put residents in danger. But I hope you don't mind, Richard, but to Richard's point, the graphic and the pictures don't make it look like those trees are endangering the house. Now, it might just be that we don't have a good look at that, but I just looked through the drive again, unless I'm missing something you guys see. I just don't see anything that says, boy, those trees that are closest to the resource are in danger of falling on the house. Now, if they are, please help us with that, right? We don't want anything falling on a resident's house. And that white oak in the left-hand corner is clearly right next to the house, potentially that other black oak. You get a couple small ones.
Thankfully, the black oak too, yes.
Yeah, it's
There's
just,
1, 2, 3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
I can
and I
see
know-
about maybe 3, 4 trees come down, but.
Right.
Do we want, Bricolai said she was willing to go out and take a look at it. Maybe we should have bring a tape with us and see where they actually are.
I do
So what do you
have
think?
a video on this folder. Were you able to open the folder and see
Yeah.
a video that was?
Yeah,
Okay.
watch- I get the video.
Thank you.
So the one thing to help the commission is that none of us are certified arborists.
Right.
So I can, and I wouldn't dare to opine on tree health on the record if someone is contesting that, because I'm not a certified arborist.
Right.
But Michelle, if you have certified arborists for SASA's tree care, have them draft a letter with their arborist number attesting that these trees are diseased, damaged, infested, hazardous,
There you
and
go.
that they are falling, and that can be a way for the commission to help, or to help navigate this with the commission. That would be my recommendation.
That's good, that's a good recommendation. I think we just like a little bit more detail. You know, it seems like maybe something that could be simple because we're so close to a wetlands resource, and that's our mandate, right, is to protect the resource and the wild, the flora and fauna in the buffer zones. So we just got to make sure we get a clear picture. The video is helpful. I am re-looking at that, but, you know, again, if you give us something a little more, you know, to Bricolai's point, you know, something in writing from an arborist on staff with the tree service. None of us are arborists, so we certainly don't want trees falling on residents' houses, right? But give us an idea of what they see, why they see this as a risk. You know, maybe distance, you know, height of the tree, distance to the house. That for a tree company probably is a pretty easy calculation, right? Then we know what we're talking about. And, you know, I think that would be helpful. I think, you know, to your point, Bricolai, anecdotally, we know that these are in, sounds like the 0 to 25, maybe 25 to 50, so they are jurisdictional. So I wouldn't, as the applicant, spend a lot of time on that. You know, but I would spend time, if you could, if everybody else feels this is valuable, as to, you know, why the trees are a danger, how close they are to the house, how tall they are, and what are the risk factors that a certified arborist and a professional tree company see, and get that to us, and that'd make it a really solid foundation for us to make a decision. I think everybody.
Yeah, I agree. We just need a little more information.
Yeah.
Just to add to that, I see the map that was forwarded over to us via email, but also saw a different information that you just presented. So just you know, to help things out, the Bricolai mentioned that we have the Franklin GIS. If you can have you know, them use, just kind of just see where that is. You know, just to, you know, like as close as you can get to where those locations of the trees are, to help us understand this better. Just because we're seeing like conflicting information here when it comes to that. So,
And the tree company should be able to help you with that.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm representing the tree company, so I'm just.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm writing down what you said about what is needed, so I can pass the information along to
Perfect.
to the one of the companies, so he can work on that.
Yeah, we want to work with you on this, just need to have a better grip on what we're
Right.
making a decision on here, so that would be
Okay.
great.
Okay. Well, I took note, I appreciate your time, I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you so much for the explanations and for taking this into consideration.
Yeah, and that's why we have you come in and talk about it, right? So appreciate the information you did submit. There was a lot, the video, that was helpful in the discussion, and we've come away with some follow-up steps that should help give us a firm basis for a decision.
Yeah,
So thank you.
exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
One
Okay.
heads up, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
So just procedurally, the deadline to get information in to be considered, our next meeting is July 30th, but we would need to have any additional information submitted to us by a week from today on July 23rd to be considered on the 30th. We do that so as commissioners, we have a week to look through it as we look through your information this time. So just understand that if you can get it to us before next Thursday, or yeah, this coming Thursday, the 23rd, that would be helpful for moving this along. Okay?
All right, perfect. I took note. Thank you so much.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, thank you again. Bye-bye.
Before you, so what we'll do is we'll
Yes.
continue, just so you're here for when we do this. I think, Richard?
Continue it?
Yeah, we'll continue I think that's, Bricolai, is that accurate? We continue the MBZA, or?
It's not really a public hearing, but all the same, you definitely can. It's your own permit, so
Yeah, I
go
think-
for it.
I-
And we'll
I-
get it on the agenda.
I like that. Let's just, give us a motion to continue the MBZA for 30 Jefferson Road.
Okay. I'll give you a
Thank
motion
you.
to continue the minor buffer zone activity for 30 Jefferson Road to 7:30.
All right,
Second?
Second.
all right.
Vote to continue.
Vote to continue.
Continue.
Continue?
Continue.
Roger?
Continue.
All right, that's good. So that just tightens it up. Thank you for
Yeah.
your time.
Thank you as well. Bye-bye.
All right, now we are on to the permit modifications for 670 King Street. I think I see,
Was that the tree? Yeah, the tree.
He sent an email earlier at 3:37 today that he would not be able to attend, but he did have supplemental material. Or sorry, not supplemental material. He drafted a narrative as he would present to you all.
oh, okay.
So I will share again. Apologies about my cursor. So this is from Michael Davis, resident at 670 King Street. Attention, Conservation Committee. My name is Michael Davis, 670 King Street in Franklin. This is regards to the removal of 3 trees in the corner of my property. These trees are old and half dead and infested with ants. I had a tree expert come out to see if it was possible to save them. He said they were too far gone and will be falling down and will do damage to my property and the neighbors. The company is Stanley Tree Services that came out. I apologize for not being able to attend the meeting to prior commitments. I will note that Michael Davis did attend the last meeting, even though he wasn't on the agenda, right, to get this approved. So I know procedurally the commission does not approve MBZAs without a resident present, but you may want to consider that for Michael Davis.
Yeah, so, and it's permit modification, which is a little different, right? And fairly de minimis, because we'd asked him to put the trees on the plan, right, which he did. We just didn't get the info in time for our last meeting, and he was here. I could see us going ahead and moving forward with this, but defer to the group here.
I don't have any problem with it.
No, I'm good.
He was here and explained it.
Roger, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
All right. Bricolai, you don't see a procedural issue?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You may just want to consider stumps in place if that's something you want.
Good point, good point. So, yeah, we'll, Louis, it'll be a motion to approve the permit modification for 670 King Street for tree removal as shown on the supplementary plan with stumps left in place. And Michael, if there's an issue with that, please contact us and we'll have further discussion, but we'll approve it with stumps left in place.
I'll give you a motion to approve the
Permit modification.
the permit modification for 670 King Street with the 3 tree removals on the plans with stumps in place.
All right.
Second. Vote to approve.
Vote to approve.
Approve.
Approved?
Approve.
Roger?
Approve.
All right.
Approve.
It is approved. Okay. We're on to the minutes. We did get them, but they weren't in the drive until just recently, so I'm thinking we didn't all have a chance to review them, so I'm suggesting we hold those until the 30th, if that's okay. I think it's good just to take a look at them before we approve those. So we'll hold on that. And then we've got discussions.
Lots.
Leave the leaves.
All right.
I like that.
I will just go. I left this as a discussion, a back and forth, a follow-up, if you will, to our last stormwater presentation. I just wanted to clarify for posterity that the issue with phosphorus and nutrient loading is when leaves get into the stormwater system. So that is the man-made stormwater system, not necessarily when leaves stay up on the earth as they should. So for anybody looking for ideas on how to leave or well, why do we want to leave the leaves? I'll start there. They insulate your perennials. They insulate not just your perennials, but I guess anything that grows outside, vegetation. That would be winter insulation. They suppress weeds. They'll suppress invasive species. They retain moisture. They boost soil nutrition. I don't know, century-old argument that it kills grass. I would argue you're not growing the right grass. But it has been documented.
Yeah, give us the right grass, man.
Any native grass, let's put it that way. Not your Kentucky bluegrass.
Okay.
That one belongs in Kentucky. But a thin layer on grass is actually beneficial to grass. Once you get into, that inch matting, obviously not. We have seen those bare spots.
Can I ask a quick question? Is it better or worse or indifferent to chop them up and mulch them, or?
We're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And how neurotic I am. So when we want to, these are some quick facts about leaves, and these, I'm not presenting on wetlands necessarily. I'm presenting on the bugs and the bunnies because most people care about the bugs and the bunnies. So in 1 square meter of leaf litter, you're bound to find 40,000 to 50,000 insects.
Wow.
Yes. There are 94% of moths actually use leaf litter to hide under, to lay eggs on, well, I guess those two things. But to your point, Mark, or Chair LePage, if there is the choice between leaving the leaves and you have to mulch them, I would rather you leave the leaves and mulch them than bag them up and send them elsewhere.
Right.
Right, because you're still going to get the boost in the soil, nutrition, things of that nature. I'll talk about, I'm getting out of my order here.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's okay. It's my fault. I've been very tired. It's okay. Parenting is hard, if I can tell everybody on this. I would much rather you mulch and leave on site than ship somewhere. However, if you are inclined to care for the insects, you could be like me and take an entire day to go through your entire yard. And granted, my yard's very small because I farm the other portions of it, to look for egg sacs and carry all of those leaves into the woods so that they can hatch and create the lovely little insects. And then you can bag up all the rest of them, hope you've collected all the eggs, and use it as mulch. I see Roger's expression.
Whoa.
Said I was neurotic. So all 11 native salamanders in Massachusetts use leaf litter. So if we want to support our habitats and support our brethren species, leave the leaves. I understand that not everybody has a rewilded area. I will always encourage someone to rewild a little portion of their property. This is where those leaves can go, right? At least the leaves, the oak leaf with the egg sac can go over there. We all know we can compost them. Chair LePage brought up mulching them. You can use them in your garden beds, around your trees. I already mentioned insulating your perennials. And then a new-esque idea, it's kind of like a compost, but it's more of a art piece is you take your hardware cloth or your chicken wire and you create a well with it, and then you put your leaves in that and stone. So it's kind of like the pillars of stone that you've seen people, or I'm assuming we have all seen people, build as like art decoration for yards. Yes. but you would do that with leaves instead. So that, I just wanted to stress that it is leaves in the stormwater system. So if you see an inlet and it's covered in leaves, please rake it out. Chris and I, well, not every year, not once a year, but all the time, yearly, we go out and we rake out our inlets. I wasn't fibbing when I said it takes a community to do this. So that's my spiel.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
I think it was very well done, particularly after the town came and gave us their spiel about
Yep.
getting in the waterways. You know, you could come off with the fact that, oh, all the leaves are the enemy. They're
Right.
not, actually. I
Right,
mean,
right.
it's good for the soil, it's good, you can make compost out of it, and you should do that. A lot of work,
Yep.
but you should do it.
Yep. The Charles River and trees have evolved together for millennia.
That's right.
What is new in the recent history of the planet is impervious surfaces.
And yards.
And yards, you're right, and yards.
And raking our lawns, right?
Yeah.
Fertilizing the yards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Well, very
that is my advocacy. Thank you for listening.
It's good stuff.
always good.
Thank you.
All
All right. I can just keep moving on if you would like.
Yeah.
Most of it. Okay. So Riverbend, we got some exciting things going on at Riverbend. I wanted to, first things first, we go in order, 1 second. I'm assuming everybody has a laptop in front of them or has looked at the discussion for Riverbend. Do I need to share the invoice
printed
on the
it.
screen? Happy to do so.
Jordan even printed it.
Gotta.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jordan. So this, when Tom Ashton and I were there the last time, you've all met Tom. He's really excited to do 2 more climate plots, which is what we have landed on calling what we have been doing out there. So the first plot that you all planted for Earth Day is 1 climate plot. There are a specific type of shrubs that we've planted there, specific work that we did in that area. The last invoice that the commission approved is a 2nd climate plot, again, a different riparian climate plot. And this invoice is to do 2 more climate plots, which is in that first bullet point there. So that estimated cost is $850. Typical, that is standard. I did ask Tom Ashton to add on blazing the trails or the property boundary as well, which is an additional $500. So this total invoice is $1,350, which is what I am asking the commission approve. I will note 2 exciting things on Riverbend. Derek Adams has donated a significant amount of money. I don't think the PO is open yet, so I don't want to say what it is yet until it's confirmed. But to purchase more trees for Riverbend. So that is very exciting.
Thank you, Derek, and the DPW, right?
Yes. So I bring that up because I don't know if those trees will be for these 2 climate plots, because if you read that invoice, it is to work with what we already have there, predominantly white oak species. But if we get these trees funded by DPW, Derek Adams, would we do 2 more climate plots or 4 more? So I might be coming back to you with another invoice. Moving forward on that, Tom and I applied for a CSIP application. It is climate something. One moment, please. Climate Stewardship Incentive Program. So we applied for we got a preliminary approved for $1,200, even though we applied for $300. to purchase tree tubes and more trees if needed, which is exciting. And then once all these climate plots are installed, however many that ends up being with this extra money that we have, which is not extra money, with more money to be able to do more work and create more impact. Tom Ashton would like to nominate Riverbend as a tree farm. That does not mean we are farming the trees or harvesting for timber. A tree farm is also a recreational area that has been managed sustainably, which is super exciting. There are, I believe I counted 6 towns and or counties in all of Massachusetts that have tree farms. So it is not something that you would find typically with a municipality.
With that designation, Bricolite, what does that like come with as far as like having it designated a tree farm? Is it just like naming rights?
Yes, we get their yearly newsletter, or maybe it's a quarterly newsletter magazine. But it is bragging rights. It is a certification for dopamine, and I would hope though that people that go to Riverbend, it comes with a nice sign. You know, they would see the sign, they may look it up and learn a little bit more about forest stewardship.
Oh, good.
Yep.
It's a good promotion for Riverbend.
Yes, yes, exactly. Hopefully it keeps the conversation going.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, but I know I just threw a lot at you for future Riverbend, but going back to Riverbend as it sits today, again, asking for $13.50.
I'm good with that.
I am.
I mean, I think it's neat, the stuff we're doing there, right? I mean, we're really doing a nice job with some.
Thank you. I inadvertently overlooked telling you as well that we have removed 2 trees. No, I'm sorry. We removed 2 trees last time. I would assume it is common knowledge, but they are all diseased hemlocks with the woolly adelgid. It's an insect, and then it has a secondary blight. So those are the trees that we have been felling. I actually have it, coincidentally, a chunk of the tree right here.
Just keep that around.
Yeah. See, neurotic. Anyways, so that is what we've been felling, and then we're creating habitat piles out of those trees. And then once we open the canopy by felling those trees, we've been spending an absorbent amount of time pulling glossy buckthorn, which is an invasive. So we're not accidentally releasing that glossy buckthorn by opening up the tree canopy, and then we're planting natives.
No.
Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we would then have is do all in favor of the $1,350 for the Riverbend Conservation Area, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you, Roger. All right, Bricolite, we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting it together.
Very much appreciate it. What's next?
The bridges.
Retail forest.
The bridges.
Okay. This is a little bit bigger of a bite. No less exciting. Exciting in its own way, I suppose. So we received a scope and fee proposal from Beta for work at the town forest. That includes, let's see, the design and plan work for all 3 of the crossings and a culvert excavation, if you will. It's not really an excavation, it's a corrugated pipe that we would be removing, culvert removal, and stream restoration. Permitting, pre-construction notification application to the Army Corps of Engineers because we would be removing that culvert and restoring a stream bed, and Chapter 91 coordination call. All of that, for all of that scope of work, would be $35,500.
So they're gonna do the
35,500.
design too?
So, yes, the design, and that is, we've actually had meetings already about this design. More than likely, I told them we did not need a fancy bridge. We do not need fancy bridges out there. We just need practical bridges. So we have settled on the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. They have plans for wooden bridges. That would be a great Eagle Scout project. It would be great if there were 2 commissioners that were into woodworking or construction and they had a weekend available that they wanted to go out and build these. But that is what we've settled on. So that $35,000 does not include any installation materials for those bridges.
Not any material, but the design, well, you said that, okay, we have a design that we can get, okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, yep.
And is that a culvert or just opening the stream and eliminating a culvert?
Yeah, we're opening the stream, so we would be restoring the bank full width
Oh, good.
where it incisors underneath, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So that is, if I can, I don't want to emphasize it too much for the commission because I want you to make your own decisions, but if there was a project that really fit what the commission is supposed to do, this would be that.
This is right up our alley, huh?
And this does pay for that work. It's just not the installation of the bridges.
Right. That is my understanding.
Or the material?
Or the materials, yeah.
Wow.
But it does pay for the removal
Well,
of.
no, it needs a construction estimate. So this is the design and plan work and all of the permitting for that 35,000. The restoration itself would be forthcoming.
Now, would
So
these,
go ahead.
I was just curious, part of the permitting, I guess, would be to come before us, right?
Correct. Yep.
Thanks.
Yep. More so navigating with DEP and then the Army Corps.
The Army Corps actually has something to say about that piddling little creek out in the woods?
Yeah. Navigable.
What?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I
Navigable
have.
by a, anyway,
So this is 3 crosses,
You know-
including that one, right?
yeah.
And then 2 more.
Yes. Yep. Yes, that's correct. It's for all 3 and then the restoration. EPA might have a different ruling by the time this gets filed anyways. I mean, we don't know. Everything's up in the air.
Oh.
So Brickle, I just, I'm reading through the I-1, design and plan of work. So they have here, so they're gonna provide a set of plans for the work, section views, construction details. Toward the middle is well, the footprint of the proposed work will be provided for permitting purposes. The actual design of the footbridge will be noted as quote-unquote by others and will be completed by the contractor retained by the town. Does that mean that they'll just provide the general plans, but it would still need to be designed and we still by somebody that the town hires, like, or is that?
It's really ultimately, I'm actually glad you caught that, because that was something we had talked about in our meetings. So the by others is just so Beta does not have liability, one, for the bridge if they're not actually installing it. But two, it shouldn't say, it should be contractor or the commit, just by others.
Okay.
So I had told, Beta that it likely would not be a contractor.
Okay, so it'll be designed but installed by others, really installed
Correct.
by others, but it would be
Yeah.
a design or,
Yes.
okay.
We are moving forward with the Fish and Wildlife design that I had mentioned and you had actually pulled up in a previous meeting.
Okay, just
Yep.
want to get that clarification.
Yep. I can, if the,
Your learned opinion that we need all of this stuff that they're proposing to do?
I think if you, I get a lot of calls about the bridges at the town forest.
Yeah, rightfully so.
I think, yep, rightfully so. I think if you want to minimize people romping through wetlands and give them a nice recreational opportunity, the actual trail crossings are something you should move forward with. I think if you are looking to have a legacy project, even though it is in the town forest and not many people see it, the culvert removal would be that.
Yes.
I think the challenge is too, right? I mean, this is the conversation we had originally where, you know, now it's not some guy out there with a couple of pallets building his own bridge, right? And we're a
Evidently.
public entity. We've got to make sure we dot all the i's and cross the t's, I think is.
$35,000 worth.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, right? But,
Well,
I will note what I tell all applicants, if it's not spent, it gets returned. So it is up to.
well, we need to do it, and
Right.
the forest needs to be done. I mean, those bridges,
right,
the point's well taken. Those need, we can make a very nice process and a very good deal to walk across those little creeks with a properly installed and built bridge that has some character to it. And I think it'd be well done. And we can add that to our pond out there. We can.
I mean, we heard a lot about, you know, from the public in the open space process, right?
Yeah.
Access, and this does fall under that, but, yeah, so,
Have we found out who put that piece of steel grating across there?
that's right.
No, it wasn't DPW.
Somebody.
An unnamed hero.
Unnamed here.
Somebody went to a lot of trouble to tear the old one out and hump that thing
Haul
down there.
that thing in, right?
If the commission would prefer to omit the culvert, I can definitely ask John for a revised scope and fee.
I mean, that's, to your point, that's probably, you know, the bridges are for the public, which is important, and we support that. The culvert's kind of for conservation, so I don't know, I hate to give that one up.
Is that
It would
associated?
be,
I agree with you, Mark. I'd rather eliminate that culvert.
Is that culvert at crossing 2?
Yeah, it could be.
I believe so.
Do you have a picture?
I'd have to,
There were some pictures of it.
Because I don't see any mention of it anywhere else besides, like,
yeah,
Is
I
that
believe it
definitely-
is. Let me pull it up.
To corrugulated
Unless you did.
I'm not
HDPE
seeing it
culverts.
listed in the scope.
No, it says crossing,
Yeah,
it's got
crossing
crossing
two.
1, 2, and 3 in the beginning there.
At 2 corrugated high-density polyethylene
Yeah, yep.
culverts.
Right.
Crossing 2.
I mean, I'm not seeing anything in here saying they're going to remove those culverts. Like, I just want to make sure if it's
Oh.
part of the 35,000, that it is part of the 35,000.
All right, that's a good catch.
Well, in that case, Since I have to get the contractor change anyways, why don't we table this and then I can send this back to John?
I like that idea.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, but in the design and plan of work, they
Yeah.
actually do talk about it.
It said
Plans will
also-
also include details for restoration of impacted resource areas, including a planting plan, wetland replication areas, and stream bed restoration and stream bed grading associated with the removal of crossing two.
Thank you. I'm good.
Yep, not a problem.
Might as well do it.
Oh, but
Just to clarify, Bricolai, they're not
Correct.
doing the stream restoration. They're just giving us the plans so we can hire somebody to do it. We're doing it ourselves.
Correct, or you could rehire Beta. Yep, so this is just for the planning. So the construction estimate, I2, or 1-2, is Beta will prepare a construction cost estimate. Follow the town engaging with a contractor to perform the work. Yes.
You mentioned we could get some pre-made plans from, who was it?
Corps of
So we're
Engineers.
using the Fish and Wildlife
Fish and
design
Wildlife.
for bridges. But the amount of permitting that would need to go into this, that is what you are paying Beta for.
Yeah,
And the stream restoration.
but we could get
Plan.
the, Fish and Wildlife has an actual plan of bridges that we could use.
Correct.
Good,
That is permit ready.
yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yep.
already designed.
I just need to get
Design and
the
permit
building.
ready's different.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so they'll, I mean, they have examples of it and designs in their handbook. But I think that they're just gathering the existing information from the sites and then trying to put that into the.
Yeah, what I'm,
plans.
even if we're using the US Fish and Wildlife
Yeah.
bridges, what I'm trying to make sure is that we are then not going to have to pay a designer to do a final build-ready permittable plan. Right, because if it's then gonna be, if we've got to go to an engineer and go, this is what we want, right, and this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
So the engineer though, what Beta is doing, one, those those bridges are not placed in these resource areas. So there needs to be some merging of what we're looking to build with those bridges and these streams, those resource areas, permitting with the Army Corps and their regulations, and that stream restoration. So we are paying for a new plan using just the bridge design, overlaid, if you will. Or you would be paying for a plan, sorry, not we are paying for a plan.
I guess what I'm hearing is $35,000 will get us most of our plans, but there's no real, I mean, I could see this easily going, by the time we build it and open the stream, well over 50,000. Would that be a fair guess?
Yeah, I would say that's probably fair. I mean, that stream restoration is going to be your biggest, that's going to be the most expensive part of this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all in favor of it, but I think we need at least another couple of weeks to kind of work it through our minds and ask any more questions.
Sure, that is totally fine. I did have, just for reference, I have this up actually for a future discussion item. This is, now can you see my cursor?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. This number is what you have, excluding the $16,050 that you spent for Delcart, and excluding the Riverbend work.
Okay.
That we just approved.
And the last invoice, I don't think it's reflected on this one.
Because this would also be something that we could go to CPA for.
Yes. This is one you could go to CPA for.
Well, they're gonna be,
I mean,
they're showing design and plan work here. And a construction estimate.
So Bricolai, I think it even says this, but I'm not looking at it right. Would Beta have a recommended outfit to construct this?
The stream,
The whole
Beta could do the work. Beta does stream restorations, so they're being ambiguous in their scope and fee.
I guess
just saying
so they could do the whole, they could build the bridges, they could do the stream restoration. I mean, maybe to Roger's point, could they give us an estimate on that too? And then we
Yep.
know holistically. I think that was the salient point, Roger, is, this is part of it, but let's just know what the whole deal is gonna run.
Yeah, it would be a shame to spend $35,000 to find out that it's gonna cost us another $135,000.
Right.
And
I
then-
need to get the Eagle Scouts up.
Yeah.
Well, are there
I will
issues with
note-
that? Right, I mean,
Yeah.
I love the idea of this being an Eagle Scout project or something, but are there liability issues with that?
Yes, so that is why, yes. Thank you, yes. Which is one reason why, and I mean no disrespect to whatever scout or whoever, what scout installed these in the first place, but they were not reviewed by my department by any means. So, yes, there's liability issues. Eagle Scouts could not do the stream restoration. That is too fragile. With that, there was something else I lost it, Matt. You had a really good point. I can ask Beta for a full estimate, but we're going to run into the issue with contingency costs and escalation costs. Because they're not going to be able to give you a concrete number based on market value and,
It'll be a ballpark.
prevailing wage.
Yeah, it'd be a
Prevailing-
ballpark, and that's okay. I mean,
Okay.
for me, I don't want to do
Yeah, rough order of merit.
Yeah, I mean,
If
is
we
it,
can get a rough idea of what the design is
Okay.
going to be, we could come up with a pretty reasonable estimate of what it would cost to do.
I can ask them for reference sites. That's
So, I
probably
mean,
going
if
to.
the Fish and
I'll just,
Wildlife has a plan that actually shows some bits and pieces, we can
but that,
certainly
sure,
come up with some pricing.
for the bridge, only for the bridge.
Yeah, for the
The
bridge.
stream bed is the biggest,
Right.
I just don't want to lose sight of that,
Yeah,
that the
yeah,
stream,
What do we
these are
do?
easy.
I don't have any idea of how much work you're thinking we need to do in the stream restoration.
well, that's why it'd be great to see the estimate, right? So,
I don't,
Just a ballpark.
I mean, we have an existing condition out there, and now we're having to tell everybody that, we've got to do some major stream bed modifications to get it back to what?
a natural state, right? Take
It's in a
the,
natural state right now.
well, you get those culverts, right?
Arguably, the plastic pipe is not natural.
Right.
No, but it's a stream crossing. It's been there for, I don't know. Jeez.
But it'd be good to know what we're talking about, right?
So
So
we're going to replace the culvert with a bridge.
we're gonna pull the plastic pipes out of there, restore the stream banks, right?
Right.
And put a bridge. So arguably, the plastic pipes were damaging to the environment, right? So we're looking to reverse that. That's kind of what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I think you're trying to make it, it's just not only design better, but also like, is the right word compliant? Is that, or at least to what?
Yeah, it is not compliant, sure, yeah, it is not. Yeah, but you were trying to renaturalize it,
There you go.
yep.
All up for discussion.
Based on the class I took a month ago or so, there'll be more to that, bringing the stream back to natural than we're thinking right now. I would suggest that we all take a look at what Bricolai has in our library from, I believe was the class I took even, of the steps to go through that. And we should look at that before we just think it's a case of pulling out the plastic pipe and opening up. There's a lot more to it than that.
I agree, and that's why I think it'd be great to get a cost, right? I think you make a good point, Roger. Let's understand it ourselves and
We need to understand what
the cost is.
we're going to have to do.
Right, right. So, all right.
You
So-
got it.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
So good, yeah, good.
Yep.
Everybody feel good with that as we move forward? I think, Roger, good point. Take a little time to smoke it over. Let's get some additional cost info and there won't be
All right.
more informed. I like being more informed. All right.
Would I be able to lead start the discussion on the tablecloth?
Yes.
All right. So the commission had asked, if you recall, to look at a tablecloth, a table skirt with the new logo on all sides. So we did get a quote for that. And the quote is $320. I'm losing all my tabs. Okay.
220, 95.
So-
315.
315, there it is. Thank you for confirming. So with the latest expense of the vests, which came out of this fund, which is the Conservation Gift Fund, that gift fund is based on donations from residents and is to be used for events that benefit the community. The vests were $720. So subtracting $720 from this $1,457.54, you're left with $737.54. Taking out that $315 for the tablecloth would leave you with $422.54. This account, again, is only replenished by donations. Your last donation was May 1st, 2024, and it was $50. I ran out of time looking prior to 2023. So I come bearing not bad news, but realistic news, I suppose. The commission does have a tablecloth already. It admittedly has an outdated town logo, and it is not a table skirt. But I wanted to let the commission know what your financial picture is for this account, and that these funds are your event funds. So next year, to do Earth Day, if you wanted to do, I don't know, giveaways or coffee or food or something like that, it would be coming out of this fund.
So
Speaking from experience at the farmer's market, a tablecloth would only be seen in other words, people would only see who we are if they come up to our table, because the tablecloth is on the top of the table. You're gonna try to get the word out there. I think you need something, maybe not on all four sides, but at least on the front side, so that anybody walking by will see who you are.
Roger, do you think go ahead, Bricolai.
I was going to say, is it possible that the commission could buy a much cheaper than $315, like tablecloth, and then use the existing one that we have and drape it over, so the old logo.
Or I was even thinking, like, can you get an inexpensive stand-up banner, right? That sits on top of the table, right? Or I mean, we could even do one of those foam board deals, new logo. I mean, right? A foam board with our logo would probably be, I don't know, $30. And then that, poster size, got to have a stand for it because they would blow around in the wind. But You know, to your point, Roger, then it's kind of, is that what you were thinking, something big up on the table? So people are walking by, they see it, or?
Well, the majority of the vendors up there, myself included, you've got the table skirt and it pulls down, and that's where your information would go, so that nobody has to look on top of the table.
Oh.
As you're walking by, it's there.
Okay.
Maybe if you made a stand at one over the top of the table and draped the thing over the top so that you got
Right.
something up.
You could do that also.
Do we
That's
have
kind of
a-
where I.
You could do that,
do we
yeah.
have something like that?
I can get a quote for a banner.
Like a top banner?
Yeah.
Or like maybe something
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
back?
Yeah,
Like a,
Those pop-up things.
They're often just as expensive as a tablecloth,
okay.
at least the
Yeah.
decent ones.
Well, that's true, right?
go to Ocean State. has
I
that.
wonder if it'd be a lot
Crazy
cheaper
deals.
if we just got one side instead of four.
I'd say
That's about what a tablecloth runs for those.
Roger,
I've bought a lot of
Roger
those over
seems
the
to,
years.
to understand more what, how to promote, so I'll go with his stuff.
If the commission will give me permission, I'll kind of run with this and find out what a standard skirt would cost and getting some kind of information on the front of it. And I'll have it for the next meeting.
So by all means, I don't want to step on the commission, but I went through Allegra, which is an approved vendor.
Yeah. I use them also, yeah.
Yeah, so that cost for that tablecloth is from them, that 315.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I already have a dialogue with them, so I can easily just ask them for a banner top too. Because I would have to reject this invoice if the commission doesn't approve it.
I'm only one person, but I know I would reject it for now.
And you can
Sorry.
certainly reach out to them, that is fine, I'm already doing it, so I can always easily type another sentence and ask them for another quote.
So at this point, I think to your point, Bricolai, with how we'd be depleting that fund, doesn't sound like we're in favor of spending $300 for a table skirt. Is that kind of everybody's perspective? Right, and then maybe we were thinking, could we come up with a different idea? Is that,
You could always paint a banner. You could get crafty with it.
so change the.
I don't know anyone who's crafty.
It's really neurotic, Roger.
Roger, I mean, you probably have more, to Louis' point, you probably have more experience than any of us. You got a recommendation other than the table skirt? Do you want to think about it, or?
I'd like to think about it for a week, and I'll definitely have some at the next meeting.
Okay, thanks.
And I'm not totally opposed to it, because if you have a good skirt, that's going to really do the job. Some things blow in the wind,
True.
So it might be worth it, but I agree with Roger. Let's think on it.
So we're not going to reject the quote yet, we're going to think on it?
Oh, I don't know. I think Roger was going to come up with, and Bricolai were both going to come up with potentially alternatives.
Okay, so, so we are going to reject the quote for this skirt, right?
I'm just one person.
Well, I'm just asking everybody. That was what I
would
kinda-
think that it would be cheaper if we didn't get all four sides, and I don't know why we'd need the back. Maybe the sides is okay.
So okay.
We need to modify our expectations here to next week meeting anyway.
Okay. So do we need to respond to this quote before the next meeting, Bricolai?
No, that's fine. I can just let them know that you're still thinking about
All
it.
right, why don't we do that?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I just don't want to leave anybody.
We have
Yeah.
No, we have a really good relationship as the town with Allegra, so that is fine. They understand.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That's why we talk about it.
Okay, you're up.
All right,
And
so,
then me.
so update on potential next moves with Matt's idea, which was cool, which was the hashtag contest on Instagram. So we got on a phone call with the town social media director, Liz, and got some great feedback on what we probably want to look at doing, what we probably don't want to look at doing. So it's a little challenging to do something the way we originally thought about it through the town Instagram account, because we're not able to tie into other people's Instagram, repost, and it gets a little problematic with posting pictures of children on our town social media platform. All good feedback, right? Stuff you don't think about. But she had put some forethought into kind of an alternative way that still involves social media. And she came to us with an idea of a passport, right? Something that either electronically or hard copy that someone could take with them and still accomplish the same thing, right? Go to a certain amount of our conservation properties, take a picture of themselves. We have to figure out how to validate it, or we do it via the honor system. But they fill out the passport, and once they've completed the passport and turn that in, it's nice, it's electronic, they can email it, they don't have to come down to town hall. And it also makes it a lot easier to track, right? Tracking stuff via an Instagram account can be quite challenging. I don't have that skill set. So this way, it can still be communicated and pushed and advertised, so to speak, through social media, not only Instagram, but Facebook. But it would be a passport. Nikolai had a neat idea. We could target it around fall, maybe your passport to fall colors or leaves, something like that, right? We could run it August through the end of November and handle it that way. So that's kind of where we ended up. Just want to see what you guys thought of that.
Yeah.
Is there a prize?
Oh, good point. So that's another thing, right? So I think we need to settle on which conservation properties, and then do we want to do a prize? What the prize would be? Is that just for the person that does it first, maybe the first 5, something like that, right? So that's another component.
Because that will come out of our event fund too.
I would, yes. Right.
We do bragging rights. I mean, yeah, I can go on the Facebook page of the town with approval through the marketing communications.
To become a Franklin Conservation Ranger.
Well, actually, we could do a certificate, right? That could be the prize.
Right.
And we can bring them here.
That's
Maybe with a
cute.
T-shirt or a hat or something.
Well, I think that gets into expense, but a certificate, and the Appalachian Mountain Club does that,
Recognition.
right?
Yeah.
You're a conservation ranger, cool certificate, right? We all sign it, thank you from the conservation. That's actually a great idea. Anybody who completes it gets a certificate, right? So everybody can get one. So that's good. You like that, Roger?
Everyone gets a prize.
Well, they got to complete
This is the
their
21st
task, right?
century,
So-
after all.
I saw a presentation on that once called the 7th place trophy, and that's the problem with today's society. So everybody gets a 7th place trophy. But at any rate.
Nikolai, would the expense for a prize come out of that same events fund?
Bingo, bango. You got it. You read my mind.
Just
Yeah.
confirm.
Yeah, good question.
So I was thinking, like we had,
Certificate.
you're talking about like the passports, having like a stamp out there. How about like a QR code that they have to find, and then they can once they scan it, they get like a code, and they write it down, and once they get all of them, because putting a stamp out there, sometimes it gets misplaced, lost, maybe wet, whatever. So just QR codes, you can use your phone, scan it, and move on.
So we could make them find an exact
something to
place.
think about here,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Again,
Hide it.
great idea is keep in mind, that one of the 6 of us, and then 7 when Nicole's here, has to create that QR code, go put it somewhere on the properties, track the back end. I mean, this is all stuff somebody personally here has to take responsibility for. I'm committing to building a Google form that would be the passport. I'll take that on. And if we're interested in QR code, I just need somebody to volunteer to, okay, so you'll do that. That's good. I don't mind, I'll do a certificate. I don't mind designing that.
Louis, before you agree to that, do you want to know how many properties we're doing?
Well,
I mean,
How many have to be posted?
we can talk about it, see
Well,
see how,
So,
you know.
it's
We only got a
interesting.
couple months, right?
Well, and how many properties do we have that are visitable? Right?
Exactly, yeah.
No idea.
Delcart.
Riverbend, Elkhart,
Card.
Maple Hill,
Beaver-
Town Forest.
Beaver
Maple
Pond.
Hill.
I had 5. Town
Beaver
Forest,
Pond isn't ours, but we could do Beaver Pond, same with Daisy. And then
Indian
Town
Rock.
Forest.
I had Indian Rock. I had Town Forest, Delcart, Indian Rock, Riverbend, Maple Hill. I had 5
Indian Rock, yep.
conservation properties. We could add Beaver and Daisy if we wanted
Mhm.
6 and 7.
Schmitz Farm?
I don't think
It,
is it ready?
Is it, can,
it is not accessible to the public at this
Okay.
time.
Is Maple Hill?
Maple Hill is, yeah.
Okay.
Schmitz Farm has some demo work going on right now, so I wouldn't want to add it to this list at this point. Chair LePage, Liz had asked for a website. It would be on our webpage, but if the commission wouldn't mind someone volunteering to write up a blurb that we can just copy paste onto the webpage, that would be very helpful.
All right. Louis, you and I can both take a shot at that, right? I'll take a swing too. All right, so Louis got the QR code, I got the certificate in the Google Doc. So everybody like that idea, that modification of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's give it a shot.
Roger, you like it?
I love it.
This is my happy face. All right. So, all right, we'll work on those 3 elements. Everybody like properties? If you find something else, let me know.
No, I'm just looking. I don't-
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even, we're not finalizing now. We got some steps, so, okay.
do we set like a timeline of when we want to initiate it?
Actually, at this point, I don't think we're gonna make August 1st, come to think of it,
So
so.
we'll do like more like a fall,
September through November?
a fall.
Yeah, 9/1 through 11/30. That gives us some time to get some stuff done, right?
Okay.
Okay.
The sculpture park?
Oh,
Behind the,
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. All right. That's a good one, actually.
where all those ducks are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. That's, we'll call it our passport program. Matt, thank you for the nucleus of the idea. We're morphing onward.
Back to me.
Yep, on to you.
So now that we've talked about our financial picture and projects, out of a suggestion of a few folks, I have decided to, it can be at every meeting, but at least monthly, just communicate where projects are standing and going over project timeline and resource allocation. So I did make a Gantt chart, but for folks at home or, the commissioners, I wanted to demonstrate a little bit of Jordan and I's day-to-day. So these are general tasks on the left-hand side, hours allocated that we spend on each of these tasks. I'd like to note that this is a conservative outlook, assuming one public hearing. So for example, we had 3 public hearings tonight. And I would like to note that 1 full-time employee is 35 hours. So you actually get more with 2 part-time employees. Excuse me. So my work week for general administration, so that's invoicing, emails, phone calls, approving building permits, time entry, reviewing orders, ORADs, et cetera, is about 4 hours. I allocate 10 hours every week for meetings. That is pre-construction meetings with developers, site visits, erosion control inspections, something called tech review, which is every Wednesday. It's an internal staff meeting, our monthly department head meeting, any meetings that I have with you all, Concom meeting, and then ZBA, planning board, town council. And then Schmitz Farm. Schmitz Farm is not a Conservation Commission project, so I allocate hours every week to Schmitz Farm. Right now it's about 2 hours. Again, we're doing demo. Once we are in construction of the actual recreation portion of Schmitz Farm, that's likely to increase. So all of that general daily bread, if you will, totals to 16 hours, which leaves me 3 hours to focus on other. And that other is Maple Hill, Riverbend, Town Forest, Farmers Market collaboration, the open space plan, which I have to submit the draft for, the finalized version for still, any regional planning meetings, other as needed. So when Mike Maglio gave me a call and said, I need you to meet me out on Prospect Street, and I said, why? And he said, can you just meet me? And I knew that there was an issue that falls into other, additional permit review, et cetera. Jordan, who's been a great help, taking off of this general administration. Before he started, I did a lot of what he does now. So he is the other half to me. His general administration is the same as mine, except it includes filing and then website administration. He takes about 3 hours for meetings or meeting prep. Again, that is dependent on how many public hearings we have. Other project help, and then his walk-in availability is about 9 hours. Obviously, he can multitask, but you know he needs to be there at the counter to be able to help people that come in asking questions, filing with new submissions, or for records requests. So our ongoing project timeline, this is everything that I have on my plate, either from the commission or from Jamie Helen. So again, Schmitz Farm. I would like to note that this is not a very descriptive Gantt chart. I did not break out all of these tasks to a T, but they do give a general outlook of our workload. So you can see Schmitz Farm from now until I projected this out a year, so it's likely going to be more than a year. Maple Hill, phase 1 through 3, this is what I asked CPA to fund for. Right now, timeline is unknown, but I did put the biodiversity grant that the commission approved. By the way, I did submit that, so we are bound to hear back on an approval or a disapproval this fall. Riverbend, this is the Riverbend work that I mentioned. Likely not to go out till next year, but the CSIP funding has to be spent by next year. So that is why you see that continuing on. The town forest. So if the commission were to approve work at the town forest, they would be permitting this winter for work next spring. OSRP, this is something that I have to do yesterday. Bylaw update, you will see that on your next agenda. I finally have documentation back from Beta for a bylaw update. I projected this out to December for the commission to review, review and have a discussion, if you will, a volley back with Beta. I do not know when your bylaw could get in front of town council for approval. I also don't know the outcome of that meeting or presentation with town council. So your bylaw project could very well extend past December. And we still have 3 flow devices to install, we being Derek Adams and I. And so that if we were to do that this year, that needs to be installed by October. So this is just these are just open space areas or commission projects. I also have the Brownfield site and Superfund site for the town. I am a part of the EPA meetings and working group for those. The CRWA Climate Compact, which I did just email you all about. SNET and Rail Trail, 2 different projects, extending the SNET, and then anything that the Rail Trail wants to do, Rail Trail Committee. The Housing Authority, on occasion, the Housing Authority will give me a call and they'll say, hey, we have a property, can you go look at it and tell us how wet it is? So I help with that. The town is going through an entire housekeeping exercise, changing over land use codes on GIS. So there's plenty of parcels that are listed under town council that really should be conservation or maybe should be on DPW. So I'm a part of that. A town council presentation. You'll be getting an invitation to town council on that at a later date. And then digitizing and filing. I have a senior worker who works about 2 to 2.5 hours a week who comes in and scans all of our decades of files and unfortunately scans them to Jordan's email. So between them, they are working on getting everything up to the 21st century and filed digitally. She has been working on that for about 2.5 years. Consistent.
That's a
Well, 100 hours a year, I should say. So almost 300 years, or 300 years, geez, 300 hours it's taken her. So we have a lot going on. At the request of your chair, I have added a tab here for planned projects. So these are all the ideas that we have talked about currently or in past years to do. So for example, you just talked about the Instagram hashtag competition. So this is something that I can move to the ongoing project timeline. The nice thing is I have very little work to do on this. So thank you for that. Thank you for volunteering. But that is a project that can come over here to the ongoing project timeline. If for any reason you would like to do something from this list or change a project or have a new project, love it, love the advocacy. If it is something that staff will have to manage and maintain, we will have to deprioritize one of our existing projects, or you all will have to volunteer, or we have to find more resources. So I just wanted to give you that outlook. Questions?
I think it's a great update. It gives a good overview of what you guys are doing. So we really, I know it took some time and effort to put that together, but definitely appreciate it.
There's a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah, better said,
and it's,
yeah.
you know, aside from what it comes toward, to us during the, the 2 weeks, like there's a lot of things that are happening, which is good. Thanks for briefing us on that one.
Thank you. I overlooked actually the intent of why I did this, other than it being suggested it would be a nice thing to do, is if I can have ethos for a moment, I felt like I was being an obstructionist with all of the grand ideas that you have. And I love the makeup of this board. I think you are the most engaged board that Franklin has had in an educational way. You're not chasing people down the street to tell them they have violations, which is also good. That's good. We don't want to do that. Previous boards have done that. But I was feeling poorly when I would have to say, oh, I don't have resources for that, or I can't deliver to you, or no. I don't want the answer to be no. I just, like, I just want to look at it. I was told I have to project manage, so as I told Chair LePage, I'm really good at naming plants and working alone in the woods. So here is my, I went into something I'm good at, so here's, I'm coming to the table to meet you halfway. So,
Good.
That's helpful.
good. Thank you.
As,
Where do we access all of it?
So that is on your drive. It's on your main page of the drive. Right when you go into Conservation Commission, it's towards the bottom. I would ask, I think you all have editing rights to that document. I would ask that you don't touch that document. I can touch it when the project's over. But please look at it, ask questions. If there's something you want to get engaged in that we have, let me know. Projects to add, let me know.
is there a way to email the link?
Sure.
So-
Yep, I absolutely can do that.
Thanks.
Right now. Yep.
Does it say, you and Jordan are busy beavers, so like, thanks for doing this.
I think there's a receiver joke.
What's that?
All right, well, no, that was helpful, thanks a lot. Good discussion, I think, all around. Anything else anybody had? Questions, thoughts, comments?
Two thoughts. Talking about budget, is there money for improving Delcart at all? I'm thinking.
Yep.
There is? Okay.
There is. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I was just very excited.
No, I was just thinking, those picnic tables, while nice, they could kind of use some sprucing up, the whole little waterfront area there got improved a little bit when they took out the bait box, but it's still kind of ratty. I don't know, if there's money, I'm not suggesting that we have another project, but just planting the seed, I guess. That's our crown jewel, if
Yep.
you will.
Kind of is, yeah.
You're volunteering it.
Maybe at some point, not yet. but-
So no, I'm actually really glad you brought that up. So the turtle nesting habitat, which the commission approved, that area is a part of a larger biodiversity project that I had presented on. Unfortunately, things happen, things go wayward. So the Friends of Franklin Conservation was going to take that on and routinely weed it and transition from invasive species to native. That fell apart. There's probably a more politically correct way to put that. Dissolved. That dissolved, and then, with me going on leave and then coming back, that kind of fell to the back. I will say, to Richard's point, we need volunteers. I routinely ask scout groups or students, Franklin Public Schools, for students that need civic hours that I can sign off on to help. But this is my plug out to the greater community that if people are looking for stuff to do, we have stuff to do. And to be honest, I was pretty sad about the turtle nesting habitat and had been thinking about maybe foregoing that project, just because it is a lot to manage, and asking DPW just to mow it again. But I hadn't yet come to terms with that, which is why I hadn't brought it in front of the commission to approve.
Thanks.
Good ideas, though.
But there is money maybe for like benches or
Sorry.
new tables? or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that would be out of your wetlands fund. So that is that 404 number.
Oh, okay.
So that 404 can be used for things that are on your conservation areas,
Okay.
at your conservation areas, for wetland protection or for staff.
Okay, thank you.
Little
Yep.
trail maintenance or whatever over there
Yeah.
in some cases would be appropriate.
Yeah, like that spot right
With
before the
the-
pontoon bridge,
yes.
a little unsafe.
Yeah,
there.
you have to jump over that.
The approach to that could be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another bridge project.
Another one.
Yeah.
if you get a set of plans, I can tell you how much it costs.
It's only like this, you have to jump this
And
much.
Sorry to keep us going, but just one last question. Are we a Tree City USA community?
Yes, yes,
Do we
Yep.
have signs for that?
yes. They're usually at the exits, but that is through Derek Adams
Okay.
and DPW.
I don't know
I
if
can ask, I don't know if the signs have been stolen.
Maybe. I don't remember ever seeing them, but I remember you mentioning one time that we were Tree City USA, which is really cool. That's a
I'll
great
follow
thing
up
to
on it.
advertise.
Yeah,
does that entail?
I'll see where the signs are.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what it entails, but I know that we got it.
Nikolai, what does
We
it
are.
entail to be a tree city? I think you explained it, but
So it's from the Arbor Day Foundation, and it's granted to municipalities that are committed to managing their urban canopy. So like street trees, heat islands, things of that nature, which falls under DPW, because DPW maintains the tree warden.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Cool. All right, good questions. All right, with that, motion to adjourn, all in favor? Aye. Roger, you good?
Aye.
All right,
I'm good.
thank you, guys, good to see you.
Thank you.
Where is he?
We miss you.